Hey guys, Jim here. We're going to be looking at week 6 for TEMS 303 today. Just as a reminder, your module 5 is due midnight Sunday, and that was thing 20, your DIUDL lesson. And hopefully you got some stuff figured out about the importance of doing that. That's good stuff. If you have questions, and a lot of you have been able to, you've contacted me. You can use my SVSU email or the Gmail that goes to our account. So let's talk about this week, Module 6. We're going to do Thing 11, Content Area. So you're going to start actually talking about how you would use technology in your specific content area, depending on what you think you may be teaching. Again, if you're not sure, I would pick your fantasy subject. So if you're social studies, maybe you just can't wait to teach 7th grade or 10th grade or whatever. If it's language arts, maybe you want to do British lit or something like that. So, pick out what your fantasy would be to teach and use that for your content area. This one is fairly simple, but it's important to be thinking about this because you're going to use it as your final project idea, or at least you could. Let's take a minute and get into the Thing 20 or the Thing 11 content area. It's a fairly simple one. They want you to look through some collections of resources. So I want you to look through several of these resources, see what they're like, see what you like about them, what you don't like, and be able to, kind of talk about them in an educated way. These links all seem to work pretty good. I looked at all of them. This one here is going to be, it frustrates you a little bit. Additional resources. The link itself does not work, but when you come up here to the top and click additional resources, that one does take you to the right page. So again, this system is always a little bit in flux as they are getting ready to, always add new stuff. So this is the assignment or the work part of it. You're going to be looking through all these things, look at different collections and see what you like. Look at their 5 tips for doing that. And then if you actually click on the actual assignment, pick a topic that you want to teach, identify some standards, follow the steps, take a screenshot of 2 resources, including the URL. And it says review the 9 categories of best practice. I will have a link to that. There's a sort of a chart of the 9 best practices. So that'll be in Classroom as well. So I'll have that there in case you're not completely familiar with that. And then just say how your resources here, how would they help you in supporting those 9 best practices? And then take your little survey and you're all done. So it's not a particularly difficult one this week, but it should get you started thinking about that final project that we're going to be starting on. So let's get back to the idea of your final project. Again, I don't want you simply making things for just for this class. Use this week, since it is a fairly short one, and explore as many different resources as you can, and take that time and use it wisely. Again, thinking ahead to that lesson plan and your final project, make it very useful. Make it something that you could take with you into a class, or at least something you could take with you into an interview and use as your sample, or have some ideas that you could show that these are some things you might do. There's no sense at this point of doing classwork just for classwork when you could be doing something that could follow you and take it with you and actually be something useful in the classroom. Use what you know. We've had 5 weeks now of things that we've talked about in this technology course. So try to apply some of those things plus what's in Thing 11 this week. And you are going to end up uploading that to TK20. Usually, by the time you guys get to this point, you're somewhat familiar with what TK20 is. Probably more familiar with it than what I am, because I don't even really see it. It's not something that I deal with on a regular basis. All I have to do is make sure you've uploaded it there, and then I tell the department that they're there for them to look at. So if you don't know how to get it done, let me know, and we'll work that out. And you should see a survey coming out soon, sort of a midterm survey, get a feel for how things are going. Please answer them very, very honestly. Don't think that that's gonna, make me fail you or something. If you put something negative, that's exactly what I want to know. I want to know what's going well and what's not going well. So please feel free to be as scathing as you need to be. I want to make sure that I'm trying to do the best I can for you guys. So that's kind of what we're looking at for this week. And if you need anything else, be sure to contact me. Part of the survey is going to be asking about if you're interested in doing any synchronous lessons. I was thinking that possibly if we did a Google Meet at some point, and you wouldn't have to attend it, but if you wanted to attend it, we could do that. And perhaps you could ask some more of your specific questions about classroom and how that works and things like that. I know we've got some growing pains with the classroom. Hopefully you've noticed that I'm not taking points or anything off if it's not turned in the right way, blah blah blah. These are all the same kinds of issues that we have in K-12 setting with students trying to figure out how do I do this the right way. And I know sometimes it can seem like maybe I'm just being technical and picky about how you use classroom, but I'm doing that on purpose, so that you can perhaps see the importance of having a procedure in classroom. If you get thrown into your classroom, you get 150 different students, and they all decide they're going to turn in things however they want and whenever they want and everything else. You'll see very quickly how unmanageable that is. So, just following those simple procedures in classroom. And I know I say simple right now. Maybe they don't seem simple because you're not aware of them, you haven't practiced them, things like that. But eventually it'll get to be very easy. And that's the whole idea here. Believe me, I'm not putting things in classroom and I'm not having you upload and things like that just so I can nab you. I'm doing it so you can be practiced so that when you go to a district, if they use classroom, you're going to have some background, some experience. Okay, so that should take us through the week, and I'll be looking forward to seeing results of the survey coming up. And other than that, I will see you guys next week. See ya.